Cold Talks. Tune in. We're chatting about family and friends. Relationship goes together to the end. This is Cold Talks. Tune in.
What's going on, everybody? This is Cold Talks. I'm Morris.
And I'm Jaleesa.
All right, and we're gonna jump right into it, man. This episode is about trust. Um, Trusting in your spouse, even when you don't think you should.
Mm,
Um,
what you mean?
well, I think it's important that if I say I got something, even when it don't seem like it's not a good thing, to trust me at that moment. Trust me as your spouse. If I say if you say, "Hey D, I don't trust that dude, man. He give me bad vibes," and I can't say, "Man, baby, you tripping." I gotta start looking at him sideways because my best friend just gave me my third eye just told me to open. If I say, well, in terms of finance, if I say, "Babe, listen, let's hold off on the light bill this month," or not this month, but hold off on the light bill for right now. Let's hold off for the light bill right now so we can pay this. I got that XYZ. You gotta trust me to say, okay,
You trying
you
to
got
set
it.
me up?
No, I'm just saying
He
like
set me up,
no,
y'all.
even like when it comes to the boys, for example.
He set me up because we had a little disagreement earlier.
Yeah. I mean, even when it
He
comes to the
set me
boys.
up.
No, even when it comes to the boys. I remember it was a big falling out because I'm like, I got my sons. I got them. I want it's a certain way I want them to be raised, a certain way I want to approach them to be. I got it. And you was totally against it. You was like, what? So what I'm supposed to be doing around here? But my point is, I didn't want them. I didn't want you to be like, down their throat when dad in the house.
Okay.
Because you don't have to play that mother and father role.
Right.
Quite naturally, you was ready to play that role because you was raised in a single mother household. I was as well, so I saw mom up and down. Sometimes she was up when she wasn't supposed to, and wasn't down when she needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here. I got you. I had to trust when you say, "Babe, I be a little drained when I come from work. I need more help with the boys." And in my mind, I'm like, "Man, they just be chilling. You tripping? Just go in the room." But I had to trust and here you say, I have a problem. I had to trust if I say, "Hey babe, man, like, it's been a minute, I think we should, get it in." You be like, "Man, I have to trust, you have to trust that I'm telling you that something's wrong." So my overall point is if I say something or if you say something, it's not for no reason. Because sometimes in marriages, we can give other people room to sneak in because you're saying something and I'm saying something and it's going unheard.
Okay.
Have it ever been a situation where you feel like I didn't necessarily trust your opinion or a feeling that you had? Because that's the overall what I mean, like the trusting the signs, the warning sign. What they
So,
say is warning before destruction.
mhm.
There you go.
So today, Mr. Cole was helping me put my uniform together, put my ribbons on my shirt for my dress uniform, right? Because we gotta wear it every Tuesday. I had just got it from the cleaners, and I need to put my ribbons on. So this is why I feel like he set me up.
Mhm.
He said, "Let's put the shirt on the bed and put the ribbons on." And I say, "No, because I have boobs, and they're not small. They're pretty big, and
Beautiful.
and 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 you have to put the ribbons on based on the boobs, the type of bra, blah blah blah. I know y'all civilians, y'all don't have a clue what I'm talking about, But the shirt is a button up and it have all the stuff on it. Boom. Anyways, you have to do it with the shirt on. Because if you do it with the shirt laying flat, it's going to be uneven because I'm not flat. So they say, let's just do it. Let me put a pillow there. And it'll work. Trust me, it'll work. So I say, okay. I'm just sitting there because I know it's not going to work. So the whole time I'm sitting there like,
You thought it wasn't going to work.
This dude. So he put the stuff on there with the pillows in the shirt because he felt like him trying to put it on while it was on me was too much. And he been helping me put my uniform together for, I've been in the Army 13 years. So he been helping me all this time. I don't know what was the difference today. Maybe he was just tired. I don't know. But anyways, he put this stuff on there on the flat bed with a pillow there. And it was crooked. I put it on and it was crooked. And I was like, we just wasted like 20 minutes putting this stuff on this flat, on this shirt while it's on the bed instead of just putting it on while it was on me. Mm-hmm. And he was so mad because at first I ain't trust him at all because I've been in the Army 13 years, bro. Like, you're not about to sit up here and tell me that this is gonna work. I've been helping my soldiers put their uniform together, and they came in the office because they hung it on the hanger and put it on, and it was raggedy than a mug when they came in up, my females. Because for the males, they lucky they could do that. But anyways, I kept telling him that it wasn't gonna work. If he would have just trusted me, we would have saved 20 minutes. Because guess what? It took almost an hour to put a few ribbons on the shirt.
Okay. Now
that's why he breaking so he think
well, I wasn't breaking it up for that. First of all.
But
second of all, let's get this established. First of all, my thing was this. When you put the stuff on, and I understand where her logic is. She's been in the military for a very long time. She's had soldiers. She's taught people. I get that. But what I said was, listen, you sit up and you let me do this, and I put it on. You tell me how to do it. I'm like, listen, my hand get stuck. It's been times where I don't put that uniform together, and I got stuck because those pins they're like nails. It poked me, and I'm bleeding on the shirt, and we had to wash the shirt and start all over again. So I say, listen, if we was to set this thing on the bed and try to get the measurements right from there, put it on you, and just make small adjustments. You
ain't said that.
That was my method, but you was like, listen, per AR-70-1, this ain't gonna work. So I'm like, it is. Just hear me out. But I feel like she would have just simply, this also goes hand in hand. If she would have just said, you know what, I'm gonna see if Bae do her thing. I'm gonna see what Bae talking about and see whatever. It took us literally, after I did that, how long did it took us to do that? Probably 15 minutes.
You still had to move the pins.
So what? It took us 15 minutes versus the 2 hours that it took. Cause I put it on. You said work, don't work. Anyway, trust.
That's neither here nor there.
Trust.
I trust you to lead me where you know how to lead me to. You ain't know nothing about that uniform, son. So, anyway, come on, let's go. What you got next?
All right. So my thing is trust no matter what. You gotta trust my opinion.
So, your opinion. I was about to say, what if somebody come tell you they see me in the club doing XYZ, and then I come tell you I was not doing that?
I mean, I gotta trust. Because what I do know and understand is it's some spies now that ain't really want this thing to work. Especially if you far away, I'm far away, I have to trust you. I can't sit up there and beat my head up against the wall and say, oh my God, who she with now? Where is she there? No, I gotta trust.
That's why I say security. You gotta be secure within yourself before you get married, because you need that.
But you gotta provide security as well.
Oh, that's facts.
Because I remember I used to get mad in our relationship. And one thing about us, man, we're very transparent. You know what I'm saying? We don't got no secrets or nothing. One thing about me, man, I used to be to the point to where I used to get upset and scared in our marriage. And I used to think that her best option was to leave because she could. She was the breadwinner. She had a career going for herself. And I'm really the one, have to sit with. And I know in the military, guys looking at her every single day, so I know she can just, in my mind, she can just find something, right? Just walking down quarters. But anyway, what happened was I get upset and I'd be like, you know what? I'm leaving. You know what? Let's get a divorce. And I was dead wrong for that.
All the time.
But after a while, she said, D, crying, I don't feel secure in this marriage. And it wiped away all the good I did up to that point, because I just wiped it all away by acting as if it was an option for me to leave.
Right, right. That's
But really, it was just fear within me saying that
your own insecurities.
my own insecurities. And I dealt with a lot of insecurities early on in this relationship because I had such a bad, messy divorce in my past.
Mm-hmm.
So with me coming there in our relationship, I didn't realize how loyal she was and how ready she was to make that thing work. So in turn, what I did was I skipped over that part and I brung all that mess into our relationship, and she had to scream multiple times, I'm not your past. I'm not what you just came from. So that's why I say it's trust. It's been times where I told her, listen, I don't trust that dude. And then at the end of the day, something had happened, but he said something sideways, and she was like, this don't look right.
Yeah.
Like I told you.
Yeah.
Because I know men. I don't know all men. It's like she don't know all women, but I can tell the vibes. I got some creep scumbag homeboys. And I know their stripes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's all about trust, whether it comes to it's not necessarily infidelity.
That's
I think a lot of people, I'm gonna bring this in real quick. There's a journey of marriage that take a lot of time. Marriage is the own developing thing. Where we are today aren't where we were at year 2.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if somebody would have looked in the window of our marriage at year 2, they would have said, hell nah. Ain't no way in hell I want to be married.
Mm-hmm.
But they look at 10 and say, you know what? I like that. Mm-hmm. But what do it take to get there? Year 2, it took to get here.
Yeah.
That's what it took.
Year 2, year 3, pre-marriage, all that is what it took to get to year 10.
Exactly. But somebody on the outside looking in can't say, you're not acting like Jaleesa right now. We're not going to be able to get to dear Jaleesa stage at year 10.
Right.
You got to trust you and your spouse and know that everybody's journey is not the same. And it's a process. It may not look like it now, but it will then, because it's just not the marriage you're focused on. Mm-hmm. It's the career, it's bills, it's kids. It's a lot of stuff that come into this thing, but you have to trust that you have the right spouse or partner to walk through life in order to get over those hurdles.
I agree. Yeah.
Now, when I was trust, for example, I remember when I went to go get my CDL. Mm-hmm. She saw how much I was studying.
Oh, yeah.
I used to go to sleep, listen to the video. I used to go to sleep, fall asleep with stuff on the bed. She used to have to come pull me from somewhere in the living room to, go to bed because I was studying so much. Mm-hmm. But she still said, we took our last bit of dollars for me to go take that CDL test.
I remember. And
she said, babe, this is our last. You have to pass this test.
Yeah. And you can't fail because we can't afford for you to go back.
So at the end of the day, we were sitting up there. Even when we were there, when I was there, we were ready to take the test. She was like, listen, this is our last. What is the option if you fail? I said, well, if I fail, I have to sit up here, I have to pay another $100 for a hotel. I have to retake the test. That's another $200. She was like, well, babe, we don't have that. And I'm like, I know. I got it. We good. You sure? Whatever. That was discouraging me a little bit.
Oh,
But at the end of the day, like Jaleesa, she say, I believe in you, babe. You got this. You will. And I went in there and I passed the test.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we were struggling, making me ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
With me just with her just working, and me being a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
We were just okay.
Yeah, we weren't struggling. We were straight.
Yeah, we was okay. We were straight.
Yeah.
But once I started jumping on that truck,
Mm-hmm.
we were good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's trust. It's the process. Then another hurdle came. Me being gone for weeks at a time. She had to trust that I was out there doing the right thing. She had to trust that all the money she was saying hit the bank account was exactly that. She had to trust I was taking home time because it was my option to come home. You know, she had to trust I had to trust that she was doing the right thing when I was gone. Every year brings different obstacles, and you never know what those obstacles will be until you face them.
Yeah, that's true.
But you have to trust and believe that y'all can jump through it. What you think?
I mean, I agree. You had to be able to trust that I was gonna give you the ability to go back to work. Because I remember once I had Marley, I didn't want him to go to daycare at first, and because he was so little, and I heard so much bad stuff about like daycare and stuff in El Paso, and the one on post. And I was just like, I don't want to go to daycare yet. I wanted to at least know how to say yes or no or something, you know. I want to be like 1 or 2 years old. I don't want him to go this small. If you could give me some time, like let me make sergeant or something like that before you go jump on the road.
Yeah.
Then I promise you could go do your thing. And you had to park that truck. You had to park that truck and come back home after you had when it got them CDLs and you was grinding. And I know you ain't want to do it, but you had to trust that I was going to do what I had to do to get promoted and get to that level where I could kind of call my own shots a little bit. Because when you're like an E4 and above below, when you're special in problem stuff, man, you ain't got no power. But once you become a sergeant or whatever, you got a little bit of power. E5 got a little bit of power or whatever. So I was like, babe, give me a chance. Give me a chance to move up in this thing right quick. And then you could go on the road and do whatever you need to do. And the boys will be a little bit older and they can move around. And if somebody pinch them or do something stupid, then they'll be able to tell on them or cry and be able to be like, he did this, he did that, or she did this, she did that to me. And you had to trust that I was going to afford you that opportunity to be able to do that. So, yeah.
And also, now that was like year 1 or 2. No, that was like year 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then after that, I wanted to jump into buying a house. And I say, listen, let's buy a house. Let's do this right now.
And I ain't know nothing about it. And I was like, heck no, we ain't buy no house. We can't buy no house. We can't afford that. And then I had to trust you and follow your lead like I wanted a man for in the first place. And you led us right into that house. It's beautiful.
I can tell you another situation. When Jaleesa was deployed, I wanted to surprise her with a car, and we got a car, and she was livid. She was like, you didn't consult me. This is not a brand new pair of shoes. This is a car. I'm a firm believer in investing in self. I believe in myself. So I can buy anything that I know is going to get paid for because of who I am. Now, I told her, like, listen, everything cool, everything situated. Here's the car. And she was like, what? What do you mean it's a car? Like, what?
I wanted to pick it. I wanted to pick my own car. But he actually got the exact car that I wanted. So
everything.
I didn't believe that he did. I was so mad because he wouldn't have bought the car without me choosing it, without nothing from me. But it was the exact car that I wanted, and he did it. He was just listening, asking me little questions and stuff. I wasn't even realizing that he was asking me what type of car I wanted and stuff because we were just talking and stuff and junk like that. But he got me the exact car I wanted. It had rims on it. It was a Malibu. What year of Malibu that was?
It was like 2, 3 years old.
Yeah, it was clean. All black, had rims, had system, all that. It was fine. And I think I was more so mad because I wanted to pick it.
Oh yeah, she like that. That's why it ain't too many shoes I can buy that she be like, come on man, I didn't want these shoes. But also that brings me to stages.
Mm-hmm.
Trust the development of your spouse. I wanted as a spouse, I was like, babe, go the officer route. Like, nah, I don't want to do officer. I probably want to do Warren. I probably want to be a first time. I don't know. I don't want to do officer. That's not what I want to do. And I was like, listen, you should be an officer. You should do whatever. But I have to trust her and her own process of development. I know when I went from just a company driver to an owner operator, that was a huge jump, and it was a huge responsibility. And also, with all those things being put out on the table, it brought not only different responsibility, it brought more money. And I don't think she expected that jump because it went from like maybe $1,500 or $1,300-$1,500 to a lot more than that. And I was putting money in different places. And Jaleesa would ask a question like, well, how much is this? Well, where did that go? Well, you put that over where? So how come I don't see that bank account? You know what I'm saying? Because Jaleesa is very good with money. And she would ask those questions and she would do things. And what I used to just put money in different places. And I used to ask her different questions because one thing I did know and understand, I trust her with finances. You know what I'm saying? Trust. She can trust my mind in terms of, us growing different investments and stuff like that. And I can trust her with finances. Over time, she learned to understand me, to trust me with the boys, their approach to her, everything. But it's different stages of trust in a marriage that's outside of, infidelity and stuff like that, or truth telling.
Yeah.
It's a lot more to trust in a relationship than just that.
Yeah. I think soon as you say trust, people think about infidelity because that's like a bigger, that's like one of those broader topics. Everybody always talking about if you don't got trust, you don't got nothing. But they be thinking about infidelity. They don't think about like all of these different things that you have to trust your partner for when you talk about finances, opinions, approaches, how you raise the kids, how you do this, how you go about that. They automatically infidelity. When I say I don't trust him, they thinking about I don't trust him because he cheated on me before. That's the first thing they think about when they think about trust, infidelity.
Yeah.
But it's so much more to it
so
than
much
that.
more.
They need to be quiet.
And I keep but with that all being said, I think the telltales of trust is the small things that's said to bring it up. Why do you say that? Why do you mention that? Is that okay? Is it cool? Whatever. I remember the post that we saw about somebody needing a break, from school, stuff like that. I have to trust that if you say, babe, I say, babe, I don't really, because your taking days off is different than mine. But if I say, listen, man, I'm just not up to it, my body kind of hurt, I'm doing X, Y, Z, you have to trust me in what I'm feeling, because me saying something like that to you already know. I tell the boys all the time, I'm a machine. I don't get hurt. I don't get tired. If I voice something like that, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say, I'm not going to the gym today. I'm not going to the bike today. What's wrong with you? Like, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? So if I say, I need some time, the boys or whatever situation. I think that's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things in terms of parenting that we had, because both of the boys love us as a collective. If one child is with you, another child is with me. Period. You know what I'm saying? They always want to be around us. They always want stuff from us to do together. But I had to trust that if you said, "Hey, maybe I need a break," you know, for example, when we was living in El Paso, and you used to come home from work, you used to be so tired, and the house would just be in chaos. I never understood. I thought just coming home was your break. I really never understood that you want to come home and unwind and unpack, relax, take a shower, chill a little bit, then come to us. I just said, "Oh, mom's home, go get her." And that's exactly what they did. And so you just picked up responsibility. You know, it's
work 9 hours, then come home and do that with the boys.
Exactly.
That was not fair.
I know, but
At all.
it was fixed, you know, but it took a while.
It was fixed.
Based on communication and me being able to trust what you were saying. But my overall point about trust is no matter what, we have to get to a point in relationships and marriage where when you say something, it's deeply noted and it's not just a mute thing. It's really taken into consideration and something's done about it. Whether it's sex, finances, kids, just feelings, whatever it is, you have to trust your spouse's opinion, because communication is one thing, but you have to trust and understand what a person is saying. I can talk all day and you just don't be listening. But communication and trust go hand in hand, because you have to trust that person in order to communicate effectively.
I agree.
And that's all I got on trust. I know it's not the trust that y'all thought it probably would be, but it's just a trust it was something I was thinking about and I wanted to hit on that real quick. But that's it.
Okay, good.
That's our relationship. That's our episode on trust. Remember to like, share, follow. Hey man, hit the bell.
Hit that bell.
Because we be popping these things out. Y'all jump on it real quick. And yeah, that's all we got.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank y'all for watching Cold Talks. We'll see y'all next time. Be easy.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit that little bell.